Now, in high definition, your KSN Pinpoint weather forecast.
Well, we are looking at a nice Saturday out there of this holiday weekend. It was a little windy in places, especially here through south central Kansas. We had a 36-mile-per-hour wind gust on our WeatherBug site at Lindsborg earlier today. 30 miles per hour here in Wichita, 31 miles per hour at South Haven. We saw lots of 20s around the state, but there were some gusty winds out there, and we certainly did start out cold this morning as we check out our morning low temperatures. Boy, we got down to 22 here in Wichita. Normally, we'd be in the low 30s this time of the year. We didn't even see a few teens. Got down to 18 in Kansas City and 19 in Manhattan this morning. Only Goodland stayed in the 30s with a low of 31, so it was a pretty cold start for everyone out there this morning. But now that we have arrived in the evening hours, things are looking pretty good as we look off to the south here in downtown Wichita. We are looking at 46 degrees. We do have a south wind still up there at 14, so it is still pretty breezy out there. That makes it feel like 40, and we have a 23-degree dew point, so very dry out there. That gives us a low 40% relative humidity. And across the state, we have temperatures in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And just kind of depends on where you are, as we have 37 degrees in Liberal, but just up the road in Dodge City, it is 50 degrees, 39 in Goodland, 38 in Emporia, but just up the road from that, it's 50 in Manhattan, 51 down in Winfield. We are at 46 again here in Wichita. So, yeah, it's just kind of hit and miss on the temperatures out there tonight. And as we take a look at the satellite picture, you can see that we have high clouds across the northern part of the state. These are fairly thick high clouds, so they are blocking out the stars, but in the southern part of the state, they are much thinner, so we're still seeing some stars out there tonight. And it looks like good for traveling if you're headed back home tomorrow after being here for the holiday weekend. We're glad you made it to Kansas, and we hope you make it home safely. If you're headed to New York, sunny and 47, 77 in Orlando, 67 in Atlanta, only 30 for the high in Chicago. And check out Minneapolis, a high of 19 on Sunday afternoon. Looking at 74 down in Dallas, 44 in Denver. We'll have 79 in Phoenix, 71 in Las Vegas, and 46 if you're headed up to Seattle. The other big thing we've been talking about is the drought. Here is the latest drought update, and you can see that the drought continues to worsen from Texas to Oklahoma to Kansas, across Nebraska and South Dakota. We have exceptional drought from Hays to Hill City to Goodland to Garden City, and then from Liberal over to about Kingman and Harper. We are in extreme drought here in Wichita, and the drought is worsening. We really need some soaking rain or snow. We'd even take ice at this point, but none of it is in the forecast. In fact, tonight it looks dry with some high clouds around and lows from the mid-20s to the low 30s. And right here in south central Kansas, we'll bottom out in the low 30s. 33 here in Wichita with some high clouds and a south breeze, dying down to under 15 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, lots of sunshine, highs in the low to mid-60s. 62 here in Wichita, and the winds will stay under 15 miles per hour. The north central part of the state, looking at some high clouds and highs, or I should say lows in the low 30s, with the wind switching to the northwest 5 to 15. Then tomorrow, lots of sunshine and those highs in the low to mid 60s. In the western part of the state, we'll see some high clouds tonight and lows down into the mid 20s to the low 30s, winds under 15 miles per hour generally speaking. And then tomorrow, lots of sunshine, highs in the mid 50s to the mid 60s, winds switch to the southeast and kick up about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And here is your Wichita Weekly. And we are looking at 50 degrees on Monday, so quite a bit cooler there. And then only the upper 40s on Tuesday, but then we climb right back to the 50s. And as December rolls around, we are looking at highs in the low 60s on Saturday. North central part of the state in the 40s for a couple of days before we get back to the 60s on Saturday. The southwest will be in the 40s Monday, but all the way back to the 60s by Saturday. And the northwest part of the state staying dry, cool on Monday, but we're back to the 60s by Saturday.
Thanks.